Hey everyone, welcome to SEL. Today we are going to talk about responsibility. It's another one of our character traits. We're kind of moving on with those characters, and this week our character is an elephant. His name is Ansvar. We'll talk more about him in just a few minutes, but we're going to start with a story. I'm going to minimize my window so that you can see the story on the computer, and I'm going to push play. Here we go.
I'll do it. Taking Responsibility by Brian Moses and Mike Gordon. Are you a responsible person? Can you be trusted to do things on your own? Do you clean your room? Pick up your toys? Or do you say that you will do these things, do them badly, or not do them at all? Learning to be responsible begins with being responsible for yourself, what you do and how well you do it. Do you have to be reminded to comb your hair and clean your teeth? Do you wait until your mom turns red in the face and shouts out loud? Or do you think about these things yourself and make sure they get done? If you take responsibility for a few small jobs around the house, this can be very helpful. From today onwards, you could make your bed, you could water the plants, and you could keep your room tidy. Sometimes you might be asked to be responsible for someone else. Quick, grab your brother and look after him while I talk on the phone, please. Help get your baby sister dressed, please, while I pop into the garage. You'll have to keep your baby sister out of the kitchen while I'm cooking. When someone isn't feeling very well or has had an accident, they'll be glad to know that you will help. The heat is too much. I've got an awful headache. You just sit down indoors and I'll bring you a cold drink. Stay there, don't move. I'll get a plaster. Taking responsibility for your pets is a sign that you are really becoming a responsible person. Make sure that you remember to feed them each day. Clean them out yourself, but make sure you don't lose them around the house. How well you take care of things is also a sign of how responsible you are. Anything left lying around can easily get damaged, so remember to put books back on the shelves. Put your cassette tapes away in their boxes. If you don't, they can easily be unwound. You also have a responsibility to treat expensive equipment with great care. Remember to wipe your hands clean before you start using the computer. Being sensible in shops or in the street is another sign that you are becoming a responsible person. Just listen to that little girl. Did I used to behave like that? You used to shout and yell and run away too. I don't do that now. I prefer to help out. I'm much more grown up. When they see that you are really behaving responsibly, your parents may ask you to run errands for them. I don't want to drag these heavy bags into that shop. Can you nip in and get a paper, please? I'll watch you from here. Now run inside and take the CD back to the music library, please, while I wait. You will also need to learn to take responsibility for your possessions. If you take your favorite toy with you to the cafe, then you must remember to bring it home again. Make sure you remember your ballet shoes or your football kit or your karate outfit after you've had a lesson. Don't leave them sitting around in the cloakroom. They can easily get lost. When you are at school, your teachers will notice if you can behave sensibly and they will give you important jobs to do. Taking the register to the school office, keeping the library books tidy, making sure the pencils are sharpened, taking care of the goldfish. Once you know that you can be responsible for yourself and your actions, then everyone will trust you with important jobs to do. They will see that you are growing up and becoming a responsible person. So, how are you doing so far? How high would you score on the responsibility-o-meter?
All right, so what is responsibility? What does being a responsible person look like? Being responsible is doing what you know is right without even being asked. You know that you need to pick up your toys, so you pick up your toys without having your mom or dad tell you. You are doing what you are trusted to do, what the teacher trusts you to do, what your parents trust you to do. We've talked about being a trustworthy person, and being trustworthy and being responsible go together. If you're a responsible person, people are going to trust you. What are some things that you can do at home to show that you are responsible? At your house, what can you do if you are being responsible? Well, I mentioned one. What about picking up your toys? You're done playing with them, you pick them up right away. You might have different chores around the house. I know every kid has a different chore. Some might have to clean their litter box from their cats. Some might have to clean the goldfish bowl. Some might have to take the dog out to go to the bathroom, take him for a walk. You might have to do your own laundry or fold your laundry or take care of your laundry. You might have to help wash the dishes after dinner. Those are all different things that you can do at home to be responsible. And even better, if they aren't your actual chore, if your parent does not expect you to do it, if you do it without being asked, that is even better. You are being responsible. You are acting more grown up. You're not told to do it, but you do it because you know it's the right thing to do. What are some things that you can do to be responsible at school? It's going to look a little bit different when it's time for schoolwork. What can you do to show that you're responsible? You can focus on your work. Don't be distracted by the things around you. Listening to the teacher, not being asked, are you listening? Are you listening? No blurting out. Do your work and learn. That is what it is, what it means to be a responsible student. You also can be responsible to yourself. What are some things that you can do to be responsible to yourself? They mentioned a couple things in the book. Eating healthy foods. Make sure you're eating your fruits and your vegetables, not eating too much ice cream. Getting lots of sleep. When your mom and dad say, okay, it's time for bed, don't sit in your bed on your phone or your tablet or your computer. Go right to bed. I know that my own kids at home have trouble doing that. But when you get good sleep, you can be a good learner at school and you're not really, really super tired. And it's good for your body to get lots of rest. Exercise. Making sure you're going outside and playing and walking in, running outside, playing tag, jumping on a trampoline. All those they're fun, but they're also exercise. When we have exercise and we're moving our bodies, we're keeping ourselves healthy and we're being responsible to our bodies. Using kind words and not saying mean things. When we're saying kind words, our hearts are healthy and our compassion, we're being compassionate and having empathy. And we've shown that a lot, or we've talked about that a lot. And that is being responsible to others, but it's also being responsible to yourself. It's keeping you as a kind, you're keeping yourself kind. All right, so I have a couple things I want you to do today. You should have gotten these in your Friday folders, and if you didn't, I know some of you aren't getting some of this stuff, but that's okay. You can do this one at home on your own. If you just get a piece of paper, draw a line in the middle, and you can do this on any piece of paper at home. The other one is our book. We didn't do one last week, but we have one again this week. This is ANSFAR. So again, you're going to cut around that square, cut down the middle, and cut across. I will read it to you really quick. All right, so our first page says, meet Ansvar. Ansvar the elephant is responsible. His ribbons help him remember things. Ansvar does what he should do. He works hard and always tries his best. Excuse me. Ansvar knows that what he does can help or can hurt or help others. Ansvar tries to have self-control. Ansvar is responsible. All right, so that is your book for the week that you can cut out and staple or glue together to keep. And these are good books. There are lots of sight words in these books, which is why I love them so much, because they're books that you can look back and read on your own, at least some of the words. So the last thing we're going to do this together. It says at the top, how can I be responsible? And I have given you 2 places I want you to think about: at home and at school. And I know you do school at home, but you should have your own space at a computer or a tablet where that is your school space. And when you're on the computer learning, working with your teacher, that is school for you. So what are some things that you can do in that space that are responsible? I want you just to draw a picture. What can you do at home that is showing that you are responsible? And we talked about some of those things. Remember, you might have a chore that you do at home, some sort of cleaning or helping around the house, helping with a pet. And then what can you do at school to show you're responsible? We talked about some of those things: doing your work, helping others, listening, not blurting out. So I want you just to draw a picture. You don't even have to write any words. If you want to write words, you can, but you're just going to draw a picture. What is something you can do at home to show you're responsible? And what is something you can do at school to show you are responsible? I want you to draw pictures for both of those. And then those are for you to keep. So we are going to end today's lesson with a little song. And let's see if I can figure out how to change this. Without shutting off my camera. All right, let's see if this works. Here's the song.
Yeah! I look after my guitar. I keep it clean and safe for. You see, my guitar belongs to me, and that makes it my responsibility. When I play
All right, boys and girls, I hope you have a great week, and I will see you again next week for SEL. Bye, guys.